Stargate Hellraiser here, and take 3. Yeah, this is my 3rd attempt at this one. I'm actually going to try to double this off from uploading the other one. But basically what we've got here is I'm backing this one up with a seize I did last night, the 20th I believe it was, and posting this on the 20th, or at least making this on the 21st. We'll see if I can post it in a little bit, but anyway, yeah, this is kind of an offshoot of some more discussion from LBR 59 regarding progression rating, parsers, etc. and so forth. And you know, there's a lot of people that basically want parsers in this game, and I will tell you basically straight off the top, if they ever put a parser in this game, I'm banned. I am ToS banned. I will be banned for being not good enough. And I know this going in. I mean, I don't have the means by which it's going to be proper for people to expect me to do that, as far as things can change at the drop of a hat in my living situation and all that kind of shit. But the fact of the matter is this is what I think that the get-gooders have wanted for a long time, even if they've said otherwise. Because, you know, this match is going to be a great example. We're going to win by largely being just ignored, you know, for most of the match. And it's like, the level of gameplay which is necessary to be a successful Final Fantasy XIV player is going to have to be increased and enforced by Square-Enix if the people that want better content for endgame, even mid-core, are going to get it. I will state right now, and I'm very proud to do it, I am one of the players that is denying you content at the mid-core and hardcore levels. Don't fool yourselves. Okay? Do not fool yourself. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, deny the fact that because Get Good is Dead is about the only reason I am actually even allowed to play the game. I would be GMable for my level of DPS on many things. Hell, there was something I did on an A8 wipe that could well have been actionable if we ever decide to start going the parser route, which will, to me, very quickly be followed by that the game, the company, and the community are going to have to set a minimum standard of what is allowed as to a standard of gameplay. Game disruption has no limit. It's stated in that way in the 11 situation to cover basically any degree of computer disruption, internet disruption, whatever have you, but it also applies inside the game too. And it doesn't take that much to do it, especially at the high end. I mean, I was, excuse me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I don't know whether this was a forum post or an email or whatever it was, but it's become apparent to me that you have a real problem if you're one of those that's saying, you know, here's what we want to do in the feast, and I'm saying, I'm not going to do it. You do that in a ranked match, especially with as much as Square-Enix has, I believe erroneously, put into the feast on the reward level for good play. That's actionable. That's 3-2 actionable. That is GMable and should be GMable if we are going to put such emphasis on that play in 3.2, or in the feast. If they put a parser in this game, it is a message by Square-Enix. And you know, some people say, oh, we don't want the players' feelings hurt. No. What Square-Enix does not want to do, and whether it is, I believe it's to their benefit, because I believe they want to correct mistakes from the Final Fantasy XI and the Blue Garter and Windower crowd, which is the same challenge I said to the Windower crowd, because basically at some point denial of the use of Windower would have to be actionable against everybody who uses it if it is so necessary to play the game. Same principle would apply here on a bunch of different levels. You know, illegal third-party programs necessary to run progression rating. Well, at that point, you know, you don't have the right to progression rate, number one. Two, at that point, anybody who doesn't is disrupting your game. But to get back to it, you know, there are people basically saying, I'm going to do what I want. First off, people have to understand, the entire concept of a terms of service indicates that you do not have the right to play the way you choose in this or any other game that has a similar rule. If Square Enix wanted to require you to play 3 Lords of Vermilion matches every week as a condition of your subscription, they could do so. Ridiculous as that sounds. Fact of the matter is, that doesn't fly. If you're going to involve yourself in a ranked match and you're going to start going off, especially in a 4v4, you should get GM'd. But if we're going to get to the point that they're going to start allowing a parser in this game, then Square Enix and the good players of this game are going to have to set conditions that the rest of us can play. And at that point, I believe they will lose a majority, a supermajority, or more of especially their North American players, because I don't think half these people can tie their shoes straight. And it's one of the reasons I hope they fail, because at that point, I know I will be banned. I will be banned if that ever becomes an expectation. You know, there's a video that was done a couple of weeks ago about how somebody wanted to pull the parser shit on a Wanderer's Palace hard mode. This isn't anything that's, you know, at some point in the process you have to sit here and take a very realistic look. If we're going to allow players to do that, we eventually have to allow players to have the ability to say, you can't play the game anymore. This is where I disagree with what Soma said in episode 59 in one of the parts of the discussion on progression rating. Oh, you're just going to go over there. No. Sonoma, I'm denying you better content. Anero, I'm denying you better content. You ask, why is there not more content? Because of players like me. Why is there not more mid-core and higher content? Because of players like me. Period, end of story. Don't like it, do something about it. I mean it, too. I mean it. I mean, that's what it is. It is impossible to justifiably have decent content when your audience is designed to be at such a low level of gameplay, especially on the North American side. Which is one of the reasons I believe this PvP emphasis that they've done with the Feast is just another joke. I mean, this match, for example, I think I had one engagement until we were 3/4 of the way to the victory condition, and it was all basically no points. And the other two teams were just too busy ticking each other around on the situation. But, you know, I'm gonna say this as flatly as I can. If they ever put a legal parser in this game, I will be banned. I will say within 3 months, perhaps far sooner. There's no fun way to put this. I will be banned from this game for being unfit to play it in the eyes of the community. It is that damn good and simple. And you don't have to like hearing me say it. It is completely... It just boggles my mind what is, at some point in this process, you have to get to the point where it's like, are you going to basically... I mean, for example, a quick example here before Flames win this match and I get out of here. If you're going to say that I want to know who cost me that clear Wanderer's Palace hard mode or whatever, then to me, what stops you from saying, I want to use that information to have that person disciplined within the game? Nothing. And in fact, under 3.2, you'd have that right. In fact, it would be your obligation to not only yourself, but to the better game players. So basically what I'm saying is this: the entire concept that I'm allowed to play this game is dependent on the fact that there is no legal parser and other type of stuff. Because the moment it happens otherwise, the moment they allow people to use that material is the moment Square-Enix is going to have to authorize that usage to discipline the players. That happens, I'm out of this game pretty quickly. So anyway, yeah, we win. It wasn't even really that much of a match, but there you go. And I'm going to get out of here, Starcade Hellraiser, showing you, I guess, in another emphasis, why Get Good should be dead.